Let's pull up the maps. We'll see which map we're going to be playing on, and then I'll let you go.
Thank you.
We're just waiting for it to have our final player in here. Villa's going to be our one here. All right, Fluke, go ahead, please.
Okay, well...
But just to round things off here, we've got a Clash and a Maestro who are going to be joining those first two.
Pengu trying to hold on to Astro. He does just that. That's the first pick of the round for G2.
Yeah, G2 are going to have to work their way around to ensure that that's dealt with. Pasha sorts out Kantaraketi to ensure that that cannot happen.
Citizen also taken off in the long hallway. Virtue does find aggressive peek, retakes Master, but it's a tall order for him. His spot has been notified by Virtus.Pro, and he's taken out eventually. Where is Uno? Away from the defense this entire time. He was off roaming, finally finishes off what was left of Pasha, but he's got two players to find.
He's still got just about 20 seconds before time is too late. He knows that the other presence is in Astro. What information does he have? It doesn't matter. Rask is ready to catch him as he moves in through the door, and Virtus.Pro take the first round.
In that 2v1 post plan, I really like the way
The Ash
Virtus.Pro...
breach charges have been used, and you don't have a Sophia on side, which could make it even harder. And as it gets to about half a minute remaining, Virtus.Pro will find it even more difficult as two of them taken down rather swiftly. There's a nice kill coming in from Pengu, Virtue to follow up, and G2 taking a rather decisive round two.
I think that was 5 kills in just about 10 seconds. G2 really knew when to turn it up. You could see. I really love that. I love that decision there from Virtue. What is that? That's disgusting. He finds 2 kills on the peak. Great job with the Valkyrie camera to help out as well. Pasha now, the lone player here in Master. No more hard breach thanks to Malone going down and Shockwave as well.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way as Virtus.Pro is slowly feeling everything fall to the ground. There's a good kill from Rask who finishes up onto Uno Meister, and he's got to be joined by Pasha to try and apply the adequate amount of pressure, but it's not enough. Citizen and Pengu clear things up at the end, and G2 do what they couldn't on round one, and that is take trophy and statuary.
Used to get those 2 kills has just been placed once again, this time by Virtue. That's a great early pick. The first time the opening engagement has fallen the way of Virtus.Pro. It's a nice start. Citizen shut down.
Defending the kitchen and dining bomb site where you expect to see more vertical. Kanto just caught straight out there.
Uno needs to find this to bring back the numbers, but no, Pasha once again, he's been hot on this game. Virtus.Pro find themselves in a 5 versus 1, I guess. Virtue, I've been saying how good you are, mate. On the flank now, no one on the bomb side. It's only a matter of time before Virtus.Pro know about it. They just discovered bomb B. That means they have just drawn the bomb site. They'll know it's clear. Virtue, you've got to step up right now. 1v5 ace clutch. Surely ain't happening. The pre-fire onto the body, and Pasha closes out Virtus.Pro's flawless round.
It felt very clean. I mean, I guess there's no other way of putting it when it's a flawless round.
WTG able to repel into 90 though. He's got a great position to try and prevent this push out, but Citizen chucks down a goo and backs up to side. Pasha caught off guard. That is huge. And now this is suddenly winnable here for G2.
3 versus 3 as Rask tries to get shots in through the feet holes, and WTG is going to be opening up the wall for some of that soft destruction angles. Citizen, he opens things up in this next engagement. That's now suddenly Virtus.Pro bringing it to a 2 versus 2 once again. Shockwave goes in for the plant, but Rask has found himself downed. Now Virtus.Pro are definitely on the back foot, and G2, all they have to do is aggress onto him. He's right behind the bar. They'll have plenty of time to disable this diffuser, bringing it back from what looked like a very, very difficult situation.
G2 actually have really good positions. Kanto's in such an aggressive position. He catches off Shockwave. That's the diffuser carrier and the primary hard breach. Pengu says Master is ours. And now suddenly Virtus.Pro are reeling. They don't have the diffuser. They don't have the ground that they need.
Playing down below as Virtus.Pro continue to take a significant amount of damage. He's getting the C4 ready, and Pasha could get caught out here, but not before Virtus.Pro bring 3 kills in for themselves, taking it to a 2 versus 2. There goes the Malusi Wub. Does Pasha know the exact location of Pengu? He sees him around the corner of the door frame. He's got to go in for the pre-fire, but he doesn't win it out. Now it's just Rask remaining. He'll know where Pengu is because of the information that's been provided, but Uno is still the enigma. Pengu with a beautiful shot onto Rask at the end secures the last defending round for G2.
Wow, I'm definitely going to sound like a G2 simp. G2 won't have very many flank drones up. They haven't brought a Nomad, only flank watch utility, but there's the first pick, immediately traded out, and Uno goes down.
G2 is still finding themselves very much upstairs when the site is obviously down, but if you can open things up like that, then maybe things will change. G2 making space for themselves, very low on HP as well, and in a very risky position as he has to avoid the nade coming in, but shot straight through by Pengu. Finishing things up is Citizen, and G2 kick things off on the attack.
Really, really nice attack by the end of it. I was a bit worried for G2, I admit. We're going to rotate over. We'll leave Virtue on that side to punish any players retreating out, and we'll try and execute onto Trophy or Stat, but that's going to make it more difficult. Milan, a great long shot onto Uno, and suddenly G2 again left reeling.
They've got about 20 seconds remaining as these players from Virtus.Pro stick in the central nervous system of this site. Milan nearly getting taken down, but Pasha actually will as Virtue makes okay, a 2K as well. Goodbye, Milan. And that gives Pengu the perfect opportunity to begin to get down the plan. G2 swarming in, they secure the kills, and they take round 8.
What a collapse from a 3 versus 4 for G2. All the nades, all the explosives from the sphere are gone, so Uno has to rotate over and get off his other position. He's going to throw his flashbangs in. Oh, he loses his life. That is huge. What a pick from Shockwave. That is everything that Virtus.Pro needed.
It's a difficult place for them to be. Shooting down into Harry Potter, but G2 send up another player. That's Citizen. They finally remove Shockwave. There's a second and third for Citizen. Oh my goodness, and now it's just Milan remaining. But 3 seconds still remain, and he's not going to live it through. G2 are back in business, baby, and they take the game.
What a match from G2. Indeed, they are back in action. The team that we know and love, and what a huge performance from the two newest additions, Virtue and Citizen, fully coming into their own. An MVP for my Aussie boy, and a 4K for Citizen in the final round. Look at that. Double digits on the 3 players at the top of G2 even.
All right, Fluke, Hap, I would like you to join me in singing a little song now. So please, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Newt. Congratulations on yet another year as a professional player. It's been a while, Nicholas, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's the 5th year. I started playing Siege in the closed beta in September of 2015. Now we're in October of 2020, and we've come a long way, Milosh, all of us. And we got some new faces here too, which is awesome, always, of course. So, yeah, it's good.
We got a new Tachanka. Everybody saw that. Everybody had their hot takes on Twitter. I saw that all over. We're going to put that aside for a moment, Nicholas, so just so we can talk a bit about the match. And obviously the biggest highlight is your attacking side on Villa, right? Difficult map usually to deal with that. And last week on the interview, Virtue was saying you didn't really have organized attack strats. What was going on here today after that statement?
I think some maps, they allow for less structure than others. Obviously, maps that are very map coordinated heavy, like Cafe and Oregon and stuff, they require some strategy, like Clubhouse, for example. We always speak about how Vitality has great strats, but BDS has great aim potential, so sometimes aim beats strats. Villa, for us, is kind of like a mixture of both, where you are going to have strats, you're going to have an idea of how you want to approach the map, but generally speaking, as you saw, especially like the last round and second last round, it does come down to gunfights a lot of the time on Villa.
Yeah, that's the difficulty of it. In general, why a lot of teams have been really staying away from Villa nowadays. But for me, I looked at it, you ran Ace, you ran Maverick, and you had a Maestro ban. I was starting to connect the dots. Am I going in the right direction? What's your mindset on this?
Actually, it's the reason I banned Maestro. It's due to it's like a distraction factor. There's this incredible looking caster called Milosh the Medic, and he has this Maestro cosplay. And we were like, if that's in the game, we're not gonna have our head straight. So we just gotta take out the game there and just focus on gunning them. So,
I mean, with Uno, yeah, you kind of can understand that, you know, we're looking one way or another.
No, certainly, but you are right. I mean, when you ban the Maestro, what you do is that you have a little bit more of a forgiving lineup. You don't need to bring a billion tons of utility clear. Obviously, with Maverick open, you're going to have 2 more nades than you would otherwise if you were to play the Ace Hibana or Therma, because Maverick does have the nades. But yeah, it's just more forgiving. You can use stuff more to just focus on the ADS clears, the shields, of course, the Goyo Mice being open. So it's just simpler. We can still play the IQ without being punished too hard. That's something that I would say that Virtus.Pro did not do as much when we started playing the Valkyrie into them, and we also saw how that happened with Jake into Master Bedroom getting a double kill. So yeah, basically more forgiving lineup, more flexibility. Everybody loves that.
Well, ended up victorious today, Pengu. 7-2 G2 as the story usually goes. You'll get 3 extra points today, so we'll be moving up and up tying in points with Team Empire and Virtus.Pro at this time. But obviously, it's going to be a big fight now for the top 4 to make it forward. Anything you'd like to say to all the fans out there, Nicholas?
I mean, right now we got the fire going, so stay seated in your seats because it's going to be some spicy last couple of playdays for us. We're going to try and bring it all the way and get the last remaining games as victories all across the board. And of course, the biggest, most fun one is going to be the very end, of course. Something like BDS, for example. I think that's going to be a barn burn of a game. That's going to be like the final match. We've powered up all season. They've been on fire all season. Who's going to be on fire at the end? We'll find out soon enough.
All right, I'm very amped up for it, Pengu. You seem to be pretty good at this, honestly. Player, what is he showing? G2.
So we have G2. What do you even call them? Like sandals or like bath toffles? I don't know what they're called. Uno wears them. I don't.
Tongues. I don't know what they're called. Slides.
Slides. Okay. Nice. I don't wear them myself, but hey. I
saw Suwa even travels across the planet wearing those. So.
No, they do. I mean, we come to the office in our regular shoes, and then we, jump into the slides or whatever they're called, and then we just hang out here. We get the G2 power on our feetsies, and it goes straight up into the fingertips and the brain cells, and amazing things happen.